In Star Wars The Phantom Menace, as the Strike Force is about to capture Newt Gunray, Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn commands the young, Force-sensitive Anakin Skywalker to stay in the cockpit of the N-1 starfighter. But what if he hadn't? How would this change Star Wars history? As we are about to see, a lot changes. Anakin would not stay in the cockpit as Qui-Gon would not tell him to, and instead, he would go and join Captain Panaka's team in capturing Viceroy Gunray. Of course, he would stay at the back to avoid being injured. The rest of the events of the Phantom Menace remain largely similar, with the death of Qui-Gon and the defeat of the droid army, except this time, it takes longer, since Anakin isn't on hand to destroy the ship from the inside. This results in more Gungan fatalities, including that of General Jar Jar Binks. Sorry Jar Jar fans, as the droids on Naboo take longer to deactivate. Additionally, Palpatine does not say he would watch over Anakin's career with great interest, as Anakin is not classified as a hero in the Battle of Naboo, so he's not brought to Palpatine's attention as much. Moving on 1 decade to the events in the Attack of the Clones, the events are similar, with Anakin and Padme going to Naboo, and Obi-Wan tracking the activities of Jango Fett to Geonosis. Anakin still goes on his Tusken Raider rampage, and Obi-Wan gets subsequently captured. The only significant change is that this time, without Jar Jar, Palpatine does not receive emergency powers to create a grand army for the Republic, as someone with brain cells is now Padme's representative. Instead, the clones are assigned to the Jedi Order, as this was the only compromise possible to the Senators. The subsequent events in the Attack of the Clones remain the same, with the Republic winning the Battle of Geonosis, due to the Jedi being buttressed by their own clones, Anakin having his arm cut off by Dooku, and the Jedi starting to get suspicious of Dooku's warning about the Senate. Where things start to really differ is during the Clone Wars. Sidious, seeing the clones evade his grasp, now needs an army of his own. Together with Count Dooku, they complete Darth Plagueis' research to manipulate midichlorians, and start creating a legion of Sith assassins, far more powerful and effective at hunting Jedi than the IG-100 Magna Guards. This would lead to the Jedi responding by making more of their Jedi knights and masters, such as Anakin Skywalker, who does not have to suffer the outrageous and unfair anguish of not being made a master. Barriss Offee still bombs the temple, as there is still corruption in the Senate, and Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order. That brings us to the events in Revenge of the Sith, and specifically on Grievous' ship, where Anakin this time does not kill Dooku, as Palpatine does not encourage him to do so, as he still has use for him. Dooku is subsequently arrested and sent to Galactic Prison, but crucially, does not reveal the identity of Darth Sidious, nor the secret legion of Sith assassins. Darth Sidious, of course, manages to free Dooku, and together with Grievous, they launch their own version of Order 66, as the Sith assassins emerge from the shadows and start to eliminate the Jedi and the smaller legion of clones. This forces the Jedi to flee to Tython, a highly Force-sensitive planet, and although the Council members survive, their order has been severely depleted. As in canon, Palpatine brand the Jedi as traitors, and together with Dooku, they begin manipulating and taking over various worlds. The Jedi subsequently spend the next few years rebuilding their order, lifting the attachment rule to allow for more Force sensitives, much to Anakin's relief, as Padme gives birth to Luke and Leia, but does not die in childbirth. They also go on small missions to take out any Sith assassins and bring back Force sensitives to stop them getting into the hands of the Sith. Dooku, on the other hand, was beginning to ponder. His lust for power and jealousy at Darth Sidious was beginning to magnify, but could he defeat his master and become the true Lord of the Sith? Yes, his master was beginning to show signs of frailty, but his knowledge of the Force surpassed his own, and he himself was very old. He could not do this by himself. Together with Grievous and the most gifted Sith assassins, they would confront Sidious on Mandalore, where despite putting up a valiant fight, his age would eventually show, as he would be defeated at the hands of his disciples. News of Sidious's death spread like wildfire, causing the galaxy to go into turmoil and turn against Dooku and the Sith. The Jedi knew that this was their time to re-emerge. Beginning to take out various worlds of assassins, they would eventually catch up with Dooku on Sereno, where he and Grievous would be defeated after an epic onslaught, spelling the end of the Sith and bringing balance to the Force. That is it for what if Qui-Gon never put Anakin in the cockpit of the starfighter. As you can tell, I went for quite an ambitious storyline this time round. If you liked it, give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe for more what ifs, and as always, leave a comment on what if you'd like to see next. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.